Hola, ¿cómo están? Ayer tuvieron un examen, major exam one. I will have those graded just as soon as I can. So hopefully you'll know your grade. You'll know it for sure by next week. Yeah, I'm gonna get that going. You can turn in your book to página 162. Hoy empezamos capítulo 6, las estaciones y el tiempo. El contenido en este capítulo is going to be about the weather, months, seasons. We're going to have prepositions, the present progressive, which is the ing that we have in English, ser and estar, comparisons, and then the culture. This chapter is over Costa Rica. Costa Rica has a special place in my heart. I studied abroad there several years ago when I was in college, and the people there are just so sweet. It was a great experience, beautiful country, and if you ever have the chance to go, I would really suggest or recommend that you go for vacation or just to for vacation on the beach or to go see the mountains. They have it all there. Costa Rica tiene 4.5 millones de habitantes. La Constitución de Costa Rica prohíbe la organización de fuerzas armadas. El ecoturismo es fundamental para la economía de Costa Rica y para preservar sus bosques y selvas que cubren un 3 que cubren un 30% de su territorio. El nombre oficial es República de Costa Rica. El capital es San José. Otras ciudades importantes son Cartago, San Isidro y Puerto Limón. El jefe de estado actual es un presidente y la moneda es el colón costarricense, pero el dólar estadounidense circula libremente también. El forma de gobierno es democracia presidencialista. Costa Rica was not developed as a Spanish colony to the same extent that other Central American countries were for a number of reasons. It is geographically distant from Guatemala, the seat of the Spanish government, and it did not have extensive mineral resources or abundant indigenous work or an abundant indigenous workforce. The first few settlers that arrived did turn to agriculture. The United Fruit Company influenced politics in the Caribbean and in Central America for decades, beginning in the late 1800s and early 1900s. So it's a really great country. It's beautiful, and you should go there. Okay, vamos a página 164, el vocabulario para este capítulo. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Llueve, está nublado, hace mucho sol, hace fresco. So in Spanish, many weather conditions are expressed with the verb form hace, and there is no literal English equivalent for this. The adjective mucho is used with the nouns frío, calor, viento, y sol to express very. So you can see through there some of the how weather conditions are expressed. There is así se dice, which is interesting to read as well. Oh, sorry, I lost my place. La nota comunicativa en página 165. Otras expresiones con tener. Several other conditions are expressed in Spanish with tener, idioms, not with to be as in English. So we have tener mucho calor, to be very warm or to be warm. Tener frío or tener mucho frío is to be cold or to be very cold. These expressions are used to describe the way people and animals are feeling only. To be comfortable, neither hot or cold, is expressed with estar bien. So if you're talking about how you're feeling or how somebody else is feeling, you use tener. If you're talking about the weather, what it feels like outside, you use hacer. The thing you do need to realize is if you're talking about that you have a cold, like you're sick, then it would be tener un resfriado. So that would be to say to, like, I have a cold, I'm sick, but to be cold is tener frío. Vamos a página 166, los meses y las estaciones del año. Hay 12 meses en el año y hay 4 estaciones. Para el invierno tenemos noviembre, diciembre y enero. La primavera es febrero, marzo y abril. El verano es mayo, junio, julio. El otoño es agosto, septiembre y octubre. Months are not capitalized in Spanish, just like the days of the week. And so those are the months and the seasons. There's a few more. ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? And then, ¿qué fecha es hoy? You could say, what's today's date? And then you would say, es el primero de abril, es el 5 de febrero, hoy es el 4 de junio. So it's the numerical day, 1 to 31, preposition day, and then the month. So that's how you say the day of the date in Spanish. Okay. La nota cultural en página 167, el clima en el mundo hispano. Read it, you can read it. This talks about el clima, the weather. No todos los países tienen 4 estaciones. Hay países como Costa Rica y otros países centroamericanos y sudamericanos que solo tienen 2, una estación seca y otra húmeda con mucha lluvia. Esto es normal en los países de la zona tropical. When I was in Costa Rica, it was the wet season, the rainy season. It rained every day. And I wore out 2 umbrellas. It rained so much while I was there. That's typically from August to November-ish, and then, or maybe July to November, December, and then the dry season is the hot season, and that is from like end of December, January, through like June or so. So that was interesting. I always knew it was gonna rain. Okay, continuamos a página 168. ¿Dónde está las preposiciones parte 2? Ya aprendimos algunas preposiciones. Y aquí hay más preposiciones. Prepositions describe the relationship of a noun to something else. So we have delante de, detrás de, cerca de, lejos de, debajo de, encima de, y todo y más. La nota comunicativa, los pronombres preposicionales. In Spanish, pronouns that are the object of prepositions are identical in form to the subject pronoun except for me and ti. Julio está delante de mí. María está detrás de ti. Me siento a la izquierda de ella. Me and T. So you'll note that me does have an accent. The I has an accent. T does not have an accent. This is to distinguish the object of the preposition me from the possessive adjective me. Me and T can combine with the preposition con to form conmigo or contigo, with you or with me, respectively. Vienes conmigo, si voy contigo. So that is all we have for today. We'll continue in chapter 6 tomorrow.